My friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, always held a keen interest in ordinary people. This might have surprised the kings and prime ministers, who also turned to him for help. Oh, a client at our door. She's hesitating. Here she comes. No. Ah, yes.
It must be a love affair. Such hesitation always means a delicate personal matter.
I am Miss Mary Sutherland.
Come in, dear lady. Don't you find walking in the city a bit difficult with your poor eyesight?
But I don't understand. Mr. Holmes, how did you know that? I only wear my eyeglasses at home.
Oh, never mind. It is my business to see what others overlook.
I've come to ask, no, to beg you, to find what has become of my dear Mr. Hosmer Angel.
A case of identity.
Have you talked to the police?
No. My father, Mr. Windebank, said they could do nothing. So I came to you.
Your father, Miss Sutherland? Surely your stepfather, since the name is different.
Well, yes. I call him father, although it seems silly. He is only 5 years older than I am. He is a traveling representative of an importing firm.
I take it that you live with your mother and stepfather.
Yes. I have an inheritance from my real father.
Ah, yes, I see.
But all my money goes to my mother and stepfather until I am married. So they take care of me. It is £100 a year.
I see. Now, please tell Dr. Watson and myself about how you met Mr. Hosmer Angel.
I first met him at a plumber's guild ball. My real father was a member, and they continued to send tickets to Mother and me. But my stepfather objected.
I forbid you to go, Mary. These people are not fit for you to know.
They're my father's friends. You always forbid me to go out and make friends. This time I shall go.
How dare you disobey me?
I cannot spend the rest of my life in your house. The day of the ball, Mr. Windebank was suddenly called to France on business. So Mother and I went in spite of him. There I met Hosmer. That night, Mr. Angel walked us home and then called the next day. He and I met every evening that week, and at the end of the week, he asked me to marry him.
What happened when your stepfather returned from France?
I told him nothing. Father didn't like visitors coming to the house. Hosmer, Mr. Angel, wrote that we shouldn't see each other until Mr. Windebank left again.
So you heard nothing from Hosmer Angel while your stepfather was home?
Oh, but Mr. Angel wrote to me every day.
What was his address? Where did you write to?
I sent my letters to the post office, and he picked them up. You see, he lived above his office, and feared the other men would make jokes if he got letters from a lady there. I offered to type them as he did, but Hosmer wouldn't hear of it. Oh, but this isn't important.
The little things, Miss Sutherland, are always the most important.
My stepfather went back to France a week later. Mr. Angel came again to see me then and suggested that we get married while Mr. Windebank was away.
That was rather sudden, wasn't it?
I thought so, but Mother agreed with him. She was very fond of Mr. Angel.
Ah, I see.
So I agreed, and we planned to be married on Friday. Then he did a very odd thing.
Mary, I want you to promise that you will always be true to me.
I could never be untrue to you.
I know it. But swear to it, dear. With your hand on this Bible, swear that you will always be mine.
On our wedding day, Hosmer called for my mother and me.
My carriage is too small for all three of us. You and your mother take it.
But how will you go?
I'll take this cab and follow you to the church.
Very well, my dearest. Here he is now, Mother.
Here we are, sir. Oh, it's empty. I saw him get in with my own eyes, and now he's disappeared.
But he can't have.
Into thin air.
No! Lucy! Oh. And that was the last I saw of Mr. Hosmer Angel. I'm sure that something dreadful has happened.
You seem to have been treated very shamefully.
Oh, that's just what Mother said. But he was too kind just to leave me. I think he was in danger.
Well, he did seem to be afraid of something.
There, my dear.
One question.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
How did your stepfather take it when you told him the story?
He agreed. Something must have happened to Mr. Angel. But he encouraged me to be true to Hosmer until he returned. Someday.
Thank you very much, Miss Sutherland.
You will find him, won't you?
I will try, but I advise you to forget Mr. Hosmer Angel.
What? Forget him?
I don't think you will ever see him again.
Oh, no.
Now, I suggest you go home and rest and leave everything to me. Well, Watson, what do you make of the lady?
She's very distressed.
With reason. This lady is an interesting study. Did you notice the small indentations on her nose?
No?
I thought you would. They were the clue to her poor eyesight.
Oh, yes, of course.
What was Miss Sutherland's description of Hosmer Angel, Watson?
About 5'7" tall, sallow complexion, brown hair parted in the middle, with bushy side whiskers and moustaches, tinted glasses, slight weakness of speech.
Well, as to the letters, there is one remarkable thing about them.
They're all typewritten.
Not only that, but he did not sign his name. Just a neat little typed Hosmer Angel at the bottom.
How odd.
It is quite conclusive. My dear Watson, will you send a note to Mr. Windebank asking him to stop by later?
Certainly.
I shall go round to speak to his employer.
Ah, Holmes, so you're back?
Yes, Watson. Ah, I see Mr. Windebank has answered my note. It's now 5:30.
He says he'll be here at 6.
Good.
What are you doing, Holmes?
You're just looking over Windebank's note. You notice that it was typed.
Oh, indeed, yes. Have you solved the mystery, Holmes?
What? Oh, there was never any mystery to it. The only problem is that there is no law against what the scoundrel has done.
Here is Mr. Windebank.
Mr. Holmes, I'm sorry that my daughter has bothered you with her problem. I feel that it's quite hopeless.
On the contrary, I have every reason to believe that I shall find Hosmer Angel very soon.
What?
Do you know, Mr. Windebank, that a typewriter can be as easily identified as handwriting? Yours, Mr. Windebank, for instance?
I don't understand.
Do you see the blurring of the E and the break in the R?
Yes?
Now look at these letters from Hosmer Angel. Again, we see the blurred E and the broken R. There are 14 other points of similarity, Mr. Windebank.
Well,
Am I boring you, Mr. Windebank?
I cannot waste time with this fantastic talk. If you can catch the fellow, do so, and let me know.
Certainly. I'll let you know, then, that I have just caught him.
But, Mr. Holmes...
Has Sherlock Holmes gone out of his mind? Do you know why he is so sure he has caught his man? These questions point to the major clues. If you need more time to study them, stop the machine. Holmes, tell us, why did Windebank keep Miss Sutherland at home?
Mr. Windebank had a very good reason to keep his stepdaughter at home. He received £100 a year from her inheritance.
Oh, I see.
If Mary Sutherland were to meet a man at some party and marry him, Windebank would lose all the money.
Oh, so he would.
After all, Watson, it is 1887, you know. £100 is a great deal of money.
Oh, it is indeed. But why was the typed name important?
The typed name on the letters made me suspect that Miss Sutherland would recognize Hosmer Angel's handwriting as someone else's.
Oh. How did Hosmer Angel disappear?
Hosmer Angel's disappearance was easy. He simply got in one door of the cab and then got out the other door when the driver couldn't see him.
Of course. And what of Miss Sutherland's poor eyesight?
Ah, Miss Sutherland's eyesight was very important. She never wore her eyeglasses when she went out. She could barely see the people she talked to and couldn't recognize them from a distance.
Why did Windebank never meet Hosmer Angel?
They were the same person.
The same person? Oh, the villain!
This villain was afraid his stepdaughter would fall in love with someone at the dance, so he disguised himself and went. He planned to make her lose her heart, be true to him forever, and never want to meet anyone else.
Get up, scoundrel!
Oh, you infernal rogue!
Well done, Watson, well done.
Such a scoundrel! He deserves a flogging. How did you know it was he, Holmes?
Oh, heavens, Watson. Once I suspected Windebank, I just went to his employer and asked about the trips to France. He hadn't been to France for 6 months.
And the matching typewriters make it final.
Unfortunately, Windebank hasn't broken any laws. That's why I let him go.
It's a crime that he should still keep Miss Sutherland's money. I'm sure that she'll never marry after this.
You never know, Watson. She will come tomorrow for my report. Could you invite one of your attorney friends over for tea?